So I've been painting for the past 5 months, on and off. I want to get more consistent with it, but in this video, I want to show you what I've learned. 3 things I've learned from painting and trying to figure this out, I want to get better, become a better artist, and part of that is learning how to paint landscapes. Specifically, I've been painting all kinds of different stuff, but I really want to get better at painting landscapes. And so I'm going to walk through what I've been learning these past 5 months of painting, and I'll see you on the other side. I don't know what that means, but the first thing I learned about painting is that it's hard and I won't get better at it unless I do it consistently. And you can obviously apply that to anything in life, really. But I've been slipping. I haven't been as consistent in painting as I want to be. Like I said, I want to practice drawing landscapes and environments, painting them. And so I've been doing a lot of that. But yeah, I can't get better if I'm not doing it consistently. So just got to keep practicing, create some type of routine for myself. I've been keeping up lately. I've been doing some paintings every day, at least one painting a day, whether it's a portrait painting, a landscape painting. Just trying to figure out how to render and paint, um, just to expand my skills, get better as an artist, and apply what I'm learning from these painting studies to my own work. So this one here was interesting because it was a painting I did from my own reference picture I took. Um, that makes this whole process a lot more fun, just like taking your own pictures and then painting them. One day I want to do like plain air painting. I think that's what it's called. And actually go outside and paint. I just gotta buy some type of mobile, either tablet or buy some paints myself and start painting and stuff. But for now, it's all digital, and it's fine because practice is practice. Um, the second thing I learned is like the easiest thing for me to paint is like these still life renders and stuff. It does help me understand forms and the basic structure of just like forms and stuff. So here I painted and rendered a statue from Pinterest. Same thing, a study I did from Pinterest. Just really trying to understand the forms and how light and shadow works, how bounce light and ambient light works and stuff. And so I think I did a pretty good job here, but just gotta be consistent. This was a couple of days ago. Let me see if I can find my most recent painting. Yeah, so these 2 paintings I did 2 days ago, so I missed a day or 2 days. Today's the 23rd. I missed 2 days of painting, which is not good. I want to make sure I'm painting something at least every day. And it's so hard because I want to level up, I want to get better, but I do stuff like this, which is it's cool. I think this was inspired by reference, but I should have, instead of trying to experiment and do my own thing, I should have just did more of a study of the reference I was uh, I was looking at, just to actually practice and get better at it. Because this was just kind of something I did after this, which is fine because I was just kind of like tired that day after this painting. But to get better, I gotta actually be a little bit more intentional with what I'm practicing and how I'm practicing it. And so that would be my third thing, is just be intentional with what you're painting and why you want to get good at painting whatever it is you're painting. So right now, I actually want to do today's painting study. Before I start this time lapse of this painting process, the last thing I wanted to say, last thing I learned about painting is it's not as hard as I thought it was, or it is to learn, Like I can actually learn how to do this and get good at this. I can actually get to the level I want to get to with enough practice, right? And I remember like when I first started doing digital art, just drawing in general, painting was definitely one of those things that really intimidated me the most. And for some reason, that made me just not even try focusing on it, specifically like landscapes and stuff. But yeah, I would say that's a last thing I learned is like I can learn how to do this. Like I've been practicing and doing it enough to where I can see myself improve, even if it is just a little bit each time I do it. And that's encouraging, right? Like let's not give up. Let's keep practicing. Because the more you do it, or the more we will get good at it, the better we will get. And so even though my first like thing I learned was like that it is hard, it is intimidating to kind of learn this new skill. It's not something that's impossible for me to do. So right off the bat, this is a cool sketch. When I'm painting these things, these studies, I want to make sure I'm using one layer. I want to simulate a traditional experience as much as possible, especially while I study. And so that could be a tip in and of itself is just like painting on one layer. I've noticed that has built my confidence in painting and has helped me tremendously. So hopefully I create something good out of this because I want to be able to translate these skills that I'm learning painting into my own work. And that's what really motivates me to get good at painting is to eventually be able to implement my painting skills into my own personal work and my story of Mario Starfall and the illustrations I create for it. Because I want to specifically create paintings that have a grand, uh, just like a really grand, really cool aesthetic to it and more of a traditional paint release style to it as well. So that's why I created like this brush here. But you can't have it until I you can't have it until I use it enough. It's brand new. I pretty much created it brand new just for painting specifically. But if I use this brush enough, I will eventually just give it to you. But for now, um, I haven't used it enough, and I don't want to give you something that I don't use. My other brushes that are in my current brush pack, I do use pretty much every day, and so that's why I made them available for download. But I'm not going to give you something that I don't use myself. So this has some promise though because I like the texture I created for this brush. Pretty cool. But yeah, I'm gonna sit here for an hour and paint, figure this out, struggle through it, and do my best to create something cool from this study. So I'll see you in like a minute for you. All right, cool. Awesome. So this is the result of my study for today. Pretty good. Um, yeah, just got to get in the habit of doing this every day. And after I got to a certain point, I wanted to incorporate this into Omari of Starfall. and figure out how to uh, shape the landscape to tell more of a story. And this is what I got right here, where this giant tree has grown on the cliffside, and there's these thorns everywhere, and it's like super gigantic. I imagine that these are like towns or something. But yeah, that's what I have learned in painting so far. First thing I learned is that it's hard, but I just gotta stay consistent and continue to do this every day so that I can create the artwork and paintings I want to create. And then lastly, even though it is hard, even though it is difficult right now, I just got to keep practicing, and I can learn how to do this. I can learn how to uh, paint and specifically environments, incorporate this into my artwork. So it's not impossible. I can figure this out and learn how to paint. So hopefully this encourages you to keep drawing, keep painting, and yeah, I like what I got out of this study. Cool, like kind of like concept art, basically for this story on Mario Starfall. And so, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. I added this cool little like corrupted zone, make it look a little bit more interesting. There's more of a contrast between like the healthy part of the land and like the like a dead zone or something. Place where like a bunch of monsters spawn or live. So cool little idea. Then just added some glow to it, but yes sir, pretty cool. Also, if you downloaded my brush pack, thank you. I hope those brushes come in handy for you and that you enjoy them. This brush I used in this video, I will eventually put it in that brush pack, but for now, I just want to make sure that it's to my standard and that I am actually using this brush daily before I actually give it out. So yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.